I can do lime plastering. I'll give it a go.
That's all good, that's all gone lovely. Pink SBR really held that back nicely, and it's obviously got all the mesh embedded in it, so there's no chance that's going to crack. Now it's onto these lime walls, so I'm just about to start soaking them. So I've put some sandwich bags around the plug sockets. So I've got 3 bags of this lime plaster. I've just read the back of the bag and everything, so obviously I'm going to mix it up. But before I do that, I'm going to soak all these walls. I'm going to give them a good damp down and then start chucking it on. I've still got no idea what this is going to do. It feels really weird, you know, like 40 odd years as a plasterer. I'm doing something that I have no idea how it's going to come out. It feels ever so strange, but this will probably be the first and last time I ever put this stuff on the wall. You know, I took this job on thinking it would just be a simple job, but it's been a bit of a pain, so I would never take one on again. So this is the first and only time you'll see me do lime, unless I miraculously become an expert. So let's set you up. Coca-Cola won't leave off. They keep sponsoring me. I keep saying I don't want your big sponsors. I just want to show people how to plaster. But they do insist. So today's is sponsored by Coca-Cola. It's a 10 to leave off. Nike keep on me as well about wearing their clothes, but I can't be arsed on that. Superb. Just awful stuff. It's 5:30 everybody, and I've gone home. I've left that job. I can't do anything with it. I can't finish it. I can't make it look good. I can't make it look nice. I've just said to the woman, it's beaten me. I'm going to have to go away and think of another alternative here. I wish I'd never touched the fucking job. I really do. I'm such an idiot, honestly. The minute that phone call came, can you just do a little lime wall? I should have said, I don't touch lime, sorry. Because I'm an idiot, I've touched it. Do you know what? For those of you that are old enough to remember Grain Jewel in the 80s, even Zamo would have just said no to that job. But dickhead here says yes to it. So I tried my best to get that looking good. It wouldn't. Some of it was bone dry. Some of it was like you could literally tap on it. That's how dry it was. And then a few inches underneath it is still as wet as what it was when I mixed it. The only thing I can compare it to is that stuff that came out in COVID, that Make Good Multi. I don't know if any of you remember that. That did exactly the same. It dried hard in places, stayed soft in other places. It was a complete nightmare. There's no consistency with the drying of that lime, and so I don't know what to do with it. I was actually stumped. I had sponge floats out, sponges, flexi trails, every bit of knowledge I've got about plastering I chucked at that wall, and none of it was working, and that's why I've walked away from it, because I know that I can't make it happen. So my only plan is now, which is what I would have done in the first place. I said to the woman, I wish I'd said what I'm going to say to you now in the first place, and that is stick plasterboard on it with the foam so you don't get no damp transference, and just skim it. So that's the plan. She's going to have a word with her husband later, and I said, look, I can make this all look lovely and perfect for you, get a fireplace opening looking lovely, but we're going to have to go with plasterboard, you know, the fix all foam, whatever, and then skim it. So hopefully they'll go with that. God knows what this is going to cost me, going to cost them. You know, I've just chucked 3 bags of lime on there and it cost 90 quid, and it hasn't done the job. So I don't know, how can I charge people for something that isn't come out right? So I don't know, I'm sure we'll come up with some alternative. But as for the minute, I was looking at it, I was touching it with my finger in some of the places, and I thought, it's 5:30, I could be here till 7 or 8 o'clock tonight, and I still know it's not going to look great because there's so much wave and stuff in it. The only time I think I'll learn is when that lid goes on my coffin, I think. I'll never learn to say no to a job. So I don't know what to say anymore. I'm lost for words. For once in my life, I'm completely lost for words on this. I've got no hints, tips, tricks to give any one of you on lime. So don't ever ask me a lime-based question, because the only thing I know about lime is it tastes good in the top of a lager. What made it even worse is that the background plaster that I put on, the background lime, that I put on the other day, it wasn't dead flat because I only had 2 bags of it or whatever, because that's all that was there for me waiting. So I used that up to straighten that wall out as best I could, but it wasn't the best, and I think that didn't help. Had that wall been dead flat, maybe I would have had a bit of a better chance, but I don't know. The suction was still very, very random all over that wall. Right, see you later.